All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We are just in Cambodia, Siem Reap at the moment. It's around sunset. We're going to take in some of the kind of sunset around Siem Reap, and yeah, we're going to actually take a look at Makro and the cost of living, some of the prices. Going to zoom in on the prices from Makro. So we've done some, giving you some insights into some of the upmarket stores, but let's take a look at Makro, the large importer, the retailer, which is here in Siem Reap also. They have one store on the outskirts of the city. We're going to travel there. We're going to go take a look at Siem Reap along the way. If you want to skip forward just to get the cost of living prices, I'll have a section in the description. You can do that. Otherwise, yeah, enjoy, guys. So this is what it looks like along the river at dusk. Lots more activity than during the day, or during the heat of the day. We're gonna swing a left just here. So I'll just give you a view of the river. Got nets over there. Not sure if you can see that. Guy cleaning. They do some fishing here. Slightly lost, guys. Just bear with me. So, roads less traveled. Never been this way before. So Google's having a little freak out. But yeah, it showed me some good route alternatives. So this is kind of the lesser known areas of Siem Reap. Very local. You see everybody in the hut gathered. On the left there are some temples. Yeah, just here on the left, very big temple. Very beautiful. So I'm still struggling with my infection. It's been 4 days now, so I really needed to. I can't do exercise. I love to do exercise, but I just can't. It will make my lungs worse. I get this little post-Christmas gift, which is quite nasty sometimes. So yeah, cannot run, cannot go to the gym. But yeah, let's just take a quick look around the city on the bike on our way to Makro. So loads of people fishing. Yeah, I need to go left, but none of these roads look very hospitable or connected. But okay, so National Road 6. This one, I think, is too connected, too busy. I didn't want to go on the big busy roads. Well, let's see. So they're doing a lot of construction on that bridge on the river. Yeah, this is almost a highway, so not really where I wanted to go. I think we can take a left up here somewhere. Wow, that looks like a house that they are moving. It's like huge, yeah, just a huge kind of, it's not a tent, yeah, just a huge hut, a very large hut. All right, I think we have a right direction here. Uh, but as you can hear, we got some of the dogs. So like lots of life here, barbers, hairdressers, some really nice building there. It's kind of cool to see the kind of agriculture life mixed with the city life. Actually, it's everywhere. I remember living in Thailand, and some of the sois there was. It's almost like in the village. It's quite cute, quite charming. Have a rooster waking up in the middle of Bangkok. Lots of nice little boutique hotels, but not called B&Bs here. It's just like hotel. because you don't really always get the breakfast. I prefer to eat in the evening. So breakfast never really interests me. Alright, so Google is saying left. It's actually saying kind of a straight left, but this is a hard left, so my objective is to make it across safely. Alright, so yeah, we're on the right track. So if you're like going right, you should really stick in the far right and then just go right. Rather than like, especially if you're a truck. Somebody please correct me. No, I don't care. But logically speaking, if you're going, it makes sense to go right, stick to the far right. It's quicker, causes less problems. I've seen this a few times. Cars just go really in the center and then they're actually going to the right. So they weave around. So the chances of a collision are much higher. Anyway, it is what it is. And that's it. So yeah, it's really getting dark now. Probably not the best time to drive, to be honest. This location is also quite a bit far. I think my problem will be somebody just putting in from an angle like completely unexpected. So I go slow. I don't want to have the situation going fast and having to react. I've seen it already. It's definitely a go with the flow thing, but the thing is, when you start thinking about things logically, it actually can be counterintuitive, which sounds crazy. Such is a cultural difference sometimes. Hard to explain. But people do it from a spreadsheet. or business lounge. I think they understand. But this is a very superficial visual understanding. Okay, just checking my Google. I didn't check it for a while. So what I'm going to do is show you these prices when I get to Makro. It reminds me of growing up, when I grew up in Europe. We had this thing called the structural fund, the EU, um, the economic, European economic, at the time, not the EU. They had a structural fund. So right now, many of the roads in the countries are very well developed. Really nice highways and waterways. But before that, it was little winding roads going through villages, and they were very dangerous. So when I would go to the capital city in my country, it reminds me of these roads. Really the same. Yeah. I was thinking of charm, but it's not really charm because it's very dangerous. The amount of road deaths is quite high. mean, I think traveling out here, going to the gym, going to Makro is okay once in a while. But if I had to commute on a daily basis, no way. It's way too dangerous. So guys, actually, I just found this tourism city, which has piqued my curiosity. Let's check it out. You have some of these very large structures that are very modern. So, this is called Tourism City, just outside Siem Reap. So if you're interested in getting the prices of Makro, yeah, you can move. You can skip forward. But for now, we're gonna check out Tourism City. I had no idea this existed. I don't see it on the map. I don't see it on any YouTube videos. One thing's for sure, they've got a lot of speed bumps. There's a lot of residential units. That bump was really bumpy. So inadvertently, we discovered something new, guys. So this is travel content. So that's the name of the game. But yeah, we've got huge structure here on the left, market. Wow, just all residential units, it's massive. And the build quality is quite high. On my left and right, there's also, it's not just this street that goes left and right. And I think that's enough of the tourism city. So it's basically like a huge residential area just outside Siem Reap. I wonder why it's called Tourism City. I think once the yeah, in a couple of years, this place is growing fast, so I can see this being an area of growth. So on the right-hand side, there's a lot of more interesting buildings, but this road is really bad here. So I'm gonna go slow. I'll go on the right shortly. Just bumped into a massive pothole. This is the speed bump. Alright, let's just go right. So something's happening. I think I'm running out of battery, guys, which kind of sucks because we need to take the... No, we have battery. Something is going right. I don't know what's right. This area is full. Alright, so this is a residential area, guys. Very modern. This is tourism city. Wow, the building, wow. This is nice. Some of these units here are very, very nice. Oh, something, a lot of bugs flying around. Alright, something of a hidden gem. So, I think if you are, this area is right beside the city. It's got a macro basically 5 minutes away, and as you can see, there's a big beautiful lake. Locals sitting at, very nice to sit there, pleasant to sit in the evening just beside the water. And the build quality of the apartments is well, from looking from the outside, they look very, very high quality. So I would expect this. I was expecting this in Phnom Penh. So there you go, guys. This is the tourism city in Siem Reap. So for expats, and you need a place with 3-4 bedrooms, this is the place. Very good place. Honestly, there's not a lot of big, other than banks, not a lot of, it's mostly tourism here. So not a lot of office type work. But if you do need property, yeah, quite nice here. You see, guys, this is a useful channel sometimes for hidden gems. So like, subscribe, follow me for under the hood content. And notice what I said there. I didn't say in the hood. I said under the hood. There's a massive difference. Alright, that's cool. Interesting to see that. I haven't seen any Airbnbs though. I don't think that those properties are on Airbnb. Probably in some of the larger estate agencies. But these buildings, compared to the others, these are kind of standard. Nothing exceptional. But the other buildings, definitely modern, very livable properties. There's a huge guitar. I think that's the biggest guitar I've ever seen. Is it Graceland? No. I am sick, guys. Come on. I can't give you the best jokes. Or even decent jokes sometimes, but super low energy. Alright, so back we go onto this scary road. I am terrified of this road. And those trucks that look like UFOs with the green lights that don't respect anybody. So actually, this is the main road to Phnom Penh. So going back to my little stories about Europe before the structural funds, this is exactly what it was like. I'm sure some remote countries, some remote parts of the member states are still slightly like this, but to be fair, the European Union has done a great job of developing the infrastructure. I'll give them that. The thing is, if you have a small accident here, you're gone. Like nobody can see you, really. All right, Macro. 50% of the trip is. Oh my God! I was going to speak too soon there. I wanted to say we arrived alive, but as a car just swept by me. Oh wow! You've got some like go-karts. That's cool. This for five. So Macro guys, down to business. I messed up the previous one. I didn't mess it up because it was not my intention to do like a price benchmark, but now it is. So it's game time. I'm not going to narrate this now. I'll do it post. Just I. Okay. Oh, okay. So the parking here is you get a ticket, you put your motorbike, and then you go to the store. The only thing is you have to walk right here, and there's no gate here. So you have to walk far and then walk to the door. So it makes more sense to have like a little exit closer to the building. But anyway. So as I was saying, there is no exit from the bike park close to the store. So you have to walk all the way over there and then go to the door. It's a beautiful night tonight. Moon and the stars. This country is beautiful because of the low light pollution. It brings out all of the stars. So, some sort of hashtag hello purple, Colgate Macro. There you go. So the brand kit has discounted brand items. I don't think they met the quality control, so they have them discounted. So I'm not sure about this audio. Alright, so this is the bread section, and they have basically normal bread is $1.10. So one thing I've noticed, unfortunately, is that the pricing is the same as in 7-Eleven. So I'll try my best to zoom in and not frantically move between products, but it's impossible to go through. I'll go through main categories so guys you can get an idea. Just struggling with the camera here. What's going on? I don't have active track, it's just doing its own thing. Alright, so having camera difficulties. Okay, so this is like the baguette, $1. This pizza, $3.70. You get pizza stuff. They make everything fresh. Here you get the like fresh pain au chocolat, chocolate croissants, Danish. They're calling them Danish, but they look like pain au chocolat to me. It's $2 for three. Not bad. So something different today. I'm doing the narration live. I usually do it post-production. So it looks a bit odd, but you know, I decided to put stuff on YouTube, so I guess everything on YouTube is losing that fear. But it's just content. Alright, so cakes. Guys, the pricing symbols here are really small. They're just like in 7-Eleven. So, for example, this cake, it's like microscopic. The dollar sign is okay. I'll just look at the major items, so you got an idea of some of the bread. So they have real, Cambodian real, very big. So I could make you just convert the currency yourselves, guys. It's nice to just give it in dollar. For example, this durian, which is $8, I zoomed in, but the dollar to Cambodian real is about $3,000, $4,000, 4,000 real to $1. So you can work out the math yourself if you just see the real signs. So that's durian, guys. I don't think many people in the West are huge fans, but it's nice. Dragon fruit, basically 90 cents kilogram. So I hope I get a lot of views, guys. I'm really zooming in, listening to the feedback. People have twigged that I'm YouTubing and taking photographs, taking video of it. This is where you need to switch gears, guys, and just you know, lose all sense of dignity. when you realize you are taking videos of vegetables and their prices in a store in Cambodia, you do have to wonder the things we do to make a YouTube video channel. Alright, those are peppers, guys. To be honest, the tomatoes don't look the ripest. A lot of greens, green and yellow. Peppers 270. 270 there. I'm pretty exhausted after the bike ride, and also I'm sick, so I'm could be more focused. But the staff very amused. I think the WhatsApp groups are going mad. Get the views up, guys. Share the video. Alright, chilies. So as you can see, guys, the Makro have a lot of fresh produce. Tomatoes aren't looking so ripe, but they got loads of the tropical stuff, of course. They got the fruit and vegetables, onions, 150, 6 to 7 onions, red onions, shallots, garlic. Honestly, guys, it's great if you share this on your WhatsApp groups, you know. It's more views for me, and then I can get some monetization. So this section is spices. So a lot of spices. Oh, they have this from Thailand. I love this one. $4.99 for the chili mix, Thai chili mix, ground chili. And what's really good, nice here is the Kampot pepper. So they import, you've got white pepper. So it's $4.80 for the Kampot pepper, the red pepper, the black pepper. So this stuff is really good. I'm not sure you can get that in the West. Or at least, I mean, you can get it, but that price should be cheaper. Alright, they have a whole selection. So 100 grams. Kampot pepper, $5.20. That's without the pepper mill. Wow, so much pepper. That's more probably good content when I visit Kampot. It would be ironic if traveling to Kampot there was no pepper. It's probably exported all. So coming into the fish section, guys, these prices are impossible. So you're just gonna have to look at the Cambodian riel and do the conversion yourself. Sorry for having such a low cost attitude. But yeah, amazing cuts of fish here. So how much is this? The dried squid? $67.90. You've got lots of crab. Fresh. Oh, they have a good selection. Whole cut cuttlefish. And Japanese oysters, 150. Female prawns. You've got the typical salmon from Norway. So imported salmon from Norway. It's $20. It's $20. Oh, it's so small. It's $23.20 per kilogram. So you got this advertising in the background. I don't think you can hear me, but that was $23.20 for Norwegian salmon imported per kilogram. All right, so I think we're done with the fish. Moving on to some of the looking at eggs and stuff. My viral infection is really getting worse, guys, but I'll try to get through this. It's a lot of eggs. So Makro usually have, they're more of a wholesaler, so they have the large items. So it's basically 30 eggs in this pack. Yeah, 30. It's not so obvious, and okay, yeah, 30 piece. So 30 is $3.32 for 30 eggs. That's pretty good. That's Better Grow. That's a brand from Thailand. Camera's also all over the place. I think this video is gonna suck, guys. I'm gonna have to make another one. Salty egg. That's the name of this video. A salty egg, a duck egg. A salty duck egg. That's what I'm calling this video. Alright, so if you are interested in duck eggs, it's $2.50 for 10. Alright guys, this is pretty much the frozen section. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, frozen salmon, frozen fish. I'll tell you what, I will zoom in on some of the prices. I think this, I'm looking in the camera at the screen, and some of this is actually not bad. I mean, zoomed in, you can see it. So I'm just going to do this. So sometimes they actually have kind of like social commerce is a big thing. So this is unusual in some places, but it's very usual in Southeast Asia. So you've got people doing like live streams of, the best-selling products or something. So for example, those guys doing the promotion over there, but they do it for if you're in like stores with selling fashion. They'll have a big promotion and they'll do a big kind of like a stream. So Central, the big retailer in Thailand, they do this for the promoting Adidas, Nike, Puma. All right, so this is the fish section, or was the fish section. More, it's like squid. I'm just feeling really sick, guys. I can feel it. I've been lying down for almost 4 days, and I think I need to go back to resting. So lots of fish, guys, here. I'm just I'm stunned by the choice. All right, let's try and zoom in. So this is all crayfish, spicy crayfish, herring, lots of herring, frozen roe, and then you got carbonara mixed in with the fish. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, you got udon noodles stuff. Camera's really zoomed in. And just moving over here, we've got ice cream. So yeah, for the family. All right, so what's the ice cream like? 360, cookie crumble. Yeah, so you can pause this later on, and like I said, I think it's not wise to go through everything. Given my, doesn't matter if I'm sick or not. Actually, just going through all of the describing all of the products is a bit nuts. So here is the you can see all of these goods. You've got Magnums, 381. It's 191 for one. So getting tailgated by families right now. So I'll find somewhere quiet. Let's look at the cheese from Europe. You got the Arla Gouda 360. That's not bad. I've seen it at 450 other places. The Edam. It's 392. All right, now that makes sense. It was 410, now it's 392. Okay, guys, lots of cheese. I think this is locally produced. Pizza cheese. Hamburg from Denmark. French president. Not the French president, but you know what I mean. The cheese brand. That's about 330 for cheddar. It's 310 for Emmental. They have Camembert, Brie. Okay guys, so switching over in post-production, my voice and illness was just really too bad to continue. So with much more clarity now, just looking at some of the butter, President butter 480 there. For the, I'm not sure if that's semi-salted or fully salted, but that's pretty much the price. Here's some milk, 271 there for the Meiji milk. And they also have Thai milk, the Dutch mill selected. It's 391 for a litre, for 2 litres. And that's the Cambodian milk there, basically the same version that you see as the Thai milk. They have lots of probiotics. The Dutch mill is 120, slightly cheaper than you get in 7-Eleven and stores. It's around 130 there, so that is good value. They have on the bottom there, you can see Sunkist is the orange juice from Singapore. They have Starbucks here on sale. They have lots of green teas. They even have quality German beers. The Bitburger is very good German beer. They have Celsius brands here, and you can see it's got discounted. They've got discounts on everything. Those prices are quite big, so if you zoom in, I've tested this, you will be able to see it if you pause. But Makro also have a discounted program for members, so they have a loyalty program, which also brings further discounts.
Don't have the information on the program right now or here, but that is something on offer. Here is bacon and ham. There you get some of the various bacon and sausages. They also have chicken sausages for non-pork eaters, and they have beef sausages as well. So that's pretty much the ham, sausage, bacon. This is a lot of the beef section, and they have a lot of imported beef from Australia. This is lamb, actually. So this is some of the cuts that they have of lamb, very high quality, very large portions too. So if you are in business as a restaurant, or if you are just have large groups, this is very good if you have the program, the loyalty program. So here, just going through some of the tenderloin steaks. The camera is very zoomed in, but the tenderloin there, 11.70, and you've got various cuts of Australian beef here. This is 4.60 for. I'm not sure if that was strip loin, but that was a lower quality cut there. And yeah, this is the T-bone steak. So you've got a couple of T-bones, and these are from, I'm not sure if it's Australian. You've brisket slices there. So they have imported beef from Thailand, Australia, and the States. And here is your beef, the sliced beef that's good for hot pots. So very good selection, guys. This is ribeye, $6.20, and strip loin is $8. So I've fully zoomed in there. I was very sick taking this video, so it's a bit choppy, but you get the picture. This section here, they've got lots of different condiments, oils, Western food. They've got olive oils here, Bertolli. Not my go-to, but it's a good one. I like Manini. Bertolli is quite high quality. They have discounted versions here at $38.50 for 2 liters. They have some other brands here which you can look back at later. But that's good to see the Bertolli brand on sale there. So you can pick up some discounts for Western olive oils. The Beverages from Spain. That's 1 liter you have there for $17.90. So Spanish olive oil too. You got noodles. This section is all the butcher meat. You've got different cuts. They've got every different. This is pork, spare ribs. You have pork belly here. Different types. Some of the lower quality cuts for soups and stews. And then moving on, this is all the butcher section. Camera was zoomed in at the time, so you can't get the wide picture, but Australian strip loin there, Harvey's, lots of different cuts. And as you can see there, yeah, they've got the rump steak, $12. And I think this is suitable for restaurateurs as well, given the large sizes. The strip loin, $3.50 there from Australia. Cube beef cuts. And yeah, pretty much this is just cube rolls, $22. This is chuck mince, $10.50. All Australian, high quality. Beef hump, beef round steak. You've got some of the local cuts here as well. I did not see any US, any American cuts, mostly Australian. And I didn't see any Wagyu beef either. But mostly they have a high selection, or a high quality selection, both local and premium quality foreign imports. So they have assortments of different, like I said there with the olive oils, they have section here 20 to 80% off. I'm not entirely sure of the logic. As you can see, there's olive oils mixed in with toiletries and different things, but this is an idea of the olive oils, the olives. And they've got the special offers with the sauces and the pasta combined. And that's mixed in with some snacks, some various snacks. I think they just put together some discounted offers, not necessarily based on the category, but basically it's price driven. Whatever is on offer, and this makes more sense here. It's more of the personal items, large volume of Colgate toothpaste there, and various detergents. They also have homeware goods. So this store, Makro, is really great for some of the larger stuff, which I'll get into later in the video. But this is just a snapshot of. So you come in, you have your bakery, then you have your frozen foods, logically, and here's just an assortment of all the offers. Here's where kind of the bargain hunters. I can kind of zoom in on the various price offers there. They have between 20-80%. These rows here are more or less cereal and milk. They have the UHT milk. They have some good almond milk, which I've gone into the prices. They got outside milk. That's $4.10 for your coffee, etc. Then you have this is $3.60, and then they have other brands imported. $4.80 for the macadamia milk, Blue Diamond brand there. So they have premium brands. From recollection, that loosely compares to the prices in Thailand. These are imported prices. Now this is the tuna fish section. I didn't see some of the premium brands, or relatively premium, such as John West, etc., that I've seen in Angkor Market, but they have some. They do have high quality tuna here, so $6.50 for 4 by 165 gram tins. And as you can see there, they've got various different offers or items on offer. Here's some of the sauces. Classic Heinz sauce, $2.50 for 600 grams, and that's mixed in with some of the local spices, or the more spicy sriracha sauce. I can never pronounce that. Sriracha. Yeah, and this is moving down into the homeware section. So they got a mix. Well, that's a bit later. So here you still have some discounted Listerine and some of the dental hygiene products. So the Listerine will set you back about $4 for 750 milliliters for the Cool Mint. And you've got some of the other local brands there. You've got Colgate too. Yeah, some empty fridges, and here you have rice cookers. So I was interested to see, because Angkor Market also has rice cookers. Some of these seemed a bit more expensive, $60 to $70, but I found some cheaper ones, some cheaper alternatives later in the video. They have a lot of fridges, so if you're just moving in, you've got small to large fridges. Price range roughly from $300 to $500 to $800 for the large Toshiba refrigerators. Here they have the typical Southeast Asia style washing and drying machines. They have some high quality Toshiba ones here. Prices are there about $400. I believe that includes the drying. I used to have one of these in my apartment in Thailand. Very good. I got great washing done. Yeah, you have the Western type washers there too. So here you have some of the cheaper rice cookers. You can pick them up for about $30. That brand, Otto. You've got Toyama as well, I think are the cheaper ones. And here you have your hot pot selections, so which can be fun for family dinners. There you go, $52 for the Ayoko grill and soup. Yeah, so they have a mixture there of just different homeware products. I'll get into some of the cutlery later on. Got selections of fans, and that's the Toshiba fridge I was referring to, or this large black one is $800. You've got other ones here. LG is $319. Yeah, so it goes back now into the into the food and beverages now. So this is some of the Kampot pepper. They have that in other parts of the store. We've already talked about that. So it seems like they have two. They've got that on offer in two different places. And here you have all the sugary type sweets, local mostly, the Lays, and some local chips and crisps, whatever it's called wherever you live. It's called crisps in some places and chips in others. So apple cider vinegar, Bragg's apple cider vinegar 1371. That has a lot of health benefits for various reasons. It's nice if you mix it with some lemon. Yeah, and then you've got the grilling sauces. Tabasco sauce is 281 for the 600 milliliters. And I've never seen that before. The Kirim Kampot pepper, which is interesting. And then the HP classic HP sauce is $3, and the A1 sauce, which I've never tried myself, but I believe is popular. So now you have this the fermented Korean sauces for Korean barbecue, which are lovely. That's $4.60, $3.91 for the red one. So that's when you mix it with beef, some grilled beef and vegetables. It's really nice. Here's some more barbecued, olive oil. The Bertolli olive oil, 22.80 for the 1 liter, and they have that in other sections. So it seems like they have products split. It's such a big store. They've split out some of the products and duplicated them, but no worries. So there's all of the oyster sauces, fish sauces, soy sauces on the other side. They have a small selection of spirits, not as big as Angkor Market. Lots of beer. Here's non-alcoholic beer. So they've got Bitburger and Warsteiner from Germany. Bitburger, very high quality. Also Warsteiner. You've got two non-alcoholic versions here. I believe you have the French Kronenberg on the left, and some of the prices there. And they have discounts, as you can see. The Bitburger Radler, 0% alcohol free. Some special offers, and here you have the large Asahi Japanese brand. So the 2 liter is $20.31, and some craft beer. I've never seen that before on the right hand side. They have a selection of wines. They have the cheap Yellowtail, but here is the mostly from Scotland, the Scotch whiskies, Ballantine's, Jim Beam. Here, 10.51 for the 750 liters. For the bourbon lovers, I'm just including that because I know some viewers will be interested. I'm not particularly interested in whiskies myself. I don't drink it. Here's Bitburger, a large 2170 for 5 liters. And Bitburger is very high quality beer. That seems like a good deal, but relatively to prices in Europe, I could not tell you to benchmark. But here is some of the wine I was referring to, the Yellowtail. They've got lots of versions. Here's directly from France. They have different Cab Sauves, Merlots. Here you get the Yellowtail, Merlot, Shiraz. It's pretty much the same price, 11.51, quite cheap. Yeah, I mean it's not an expensive wine to start with, so yeah, anywhere between $8 and $11 seems reasonable. But they have a good, they've got different white and different red variations. So not a huge selection, if I'm honest, compared to Angkor Market. But I think what they do well is they have volume discounts. So here you get all of the local, the Angkor. No, that's Singaporean. Apologies. But they have the local Cambodia beer, and here is the Thai beer, Chang. And there you get 4 bottles for free there. So these guys really specialize in volume discounts. So if you are stocking up or you're a business, This is ideal, obviously. So, you obviously wouldn't bring this in the back of your motorbike. So, yeah, you've got Tiger, Chang, and the offers are all there. 1180. Tiger Crystal 1290. And the Angkor beer. Yeah. So I've included, I think, Heineken and some of the more popular, like the more Western brands. Gansberg is Cambodian. So is Angkor. Angkor Sky is like the light version. So you can see there Heineken and Budweiser. Cambodia is obviously from Cambodia, and they all have volume. It's cheap, but it's all you get large quantities. So it's like a Costco too. Yeah, I've zoomed in here and I've come to the water section. I drink a lot of the cooling water. When I lived in Thailand, the Montfleur was really popular. So you have the large Montfleur is 1060 for 12 1.5 liter. So that's high quality water there. Cooling is my go-to, Cambodia. And this is a good deal. This is not the 2 liter there is I'll show you the for the 12 by 150. This is Pocari Sweat 1220 for 24 240 milliliter cans. So that's really good for the dehydration. So they have cheaper prices when you buy more. But just back to the cooling here, this price here of 780 for the 760 by the 12 1.5 is good, because if you buy that locally, or if you buy that box in the local stores in the center of town, it's about $10. So you're saving $2 to $3 there. So that is good value. Definitely good value. Here's some of the lower level, lower end waters, the Sani. So pretty much your purified tap water brands. I know that probably sounds well, that's what it is essentially. It's the water. It's just filtered water, no added minerals. That's even cheaper. They have the premium Celsius brands, and some of the kind of new kind of Red Bull competitors. The new kind of hybrid energy drinks, Vita, Celsius. They have special offers in all of them. And then more of this kind of just filtered water. I think I've looked at the Vita, Pro Vita. Yeah, 350, 360. That's cheap. Yeah, that's cheap. Alright, so like you can see, a lot of water. Lots of water. So if you have a car, this is perfect. You could almost get things for a month, stock up. If you're business, this is also good. In some country, there's no, they don't have Amazon here. They have delivery services. You can get it delivered, maybe using Grab or Nam. You can order a courier. I've never done that myself. But in other countries, Amazon usually has this stuff, and you can order it direct. But otherwise, no. So there you go, guys. Lots of the Coca-Cola brands, Fanta, PepsiCo brands too. Now we're going to move over to the home care, some of the personal care, and then home care. There's a mix down this aisle. Some of the just juices there. I didn't dig into the prices, but just to give you a sense of the store. So here's the Colgate kind of personal care brands, whitening and just general like Sensodyne for sensitive teeth, and They've large packets, so that you get the multi-pack. Yeah, you've got some of the herbal brand, and then some of the more sensitive teeth one, and then Sensodyne. So they're not sold individually; they're sold in large packs. Toothbrushes, and then back to the some of the dental products, Listerine, which we covered already, $4. So that's all single. They have single versions of the mouthwash, but as you can see, they've just very multi packs, mostly for toothbrushes. Then you have female products, toilet roll, washing. You have a selection of unisex, both male and female. This is mostly female. Elsev. I thought that was called Elviv. I remember in Europe that was called Elviv, but there you go, it's Elsev. So it's just one for the female audience. This channel seems to get an 80-20 split, so I'm trying to increase my amount of female viewership. Would be nice. At the top there you see the Bodia local brand, which is really a premium spa that produces these products. They have various pepper, and it's very good for bath and shower. Here is the Protex brand. Then you have Dettol soap, and this is just standard shower gel here, $5.90 for 1 liter. It's not bad. And so that's moving on now to the shower gel. We have men's, the male, $5.90 for 1 liter. I didn't see some of like more L'Oreal brands. They don't seem to have that here. So Angkor Market has a better selection, I must say, of French, American, British brands. But here they have more local, generic, and larger packs. So here is more the cleaning. You see dishwashing. This is the laundry section. I must say they have huge, like you will see some of the cartons, and the size it's for industrial. It must be for hotels. So good prices, but absolutely huge sizes of some of these products. These are fine for the home, but for example, these large canisters, 300, there's 36 liters there. It's huge. That was 15 or it's so small, $15 or $16. You can zoom back in. That looks like Thai writing. So that's $13.90 for 36 liters of softener. So, or 20 liters. So huge sizes. So I think this is really for industrial usage if you have your own laundry or something. If you're a small family, that would last you maybe a year or a couple of months. These are more reasonable for family to individuals. Viso brand. It's from Thailand. $4.30. And these are softeners and detergents. These prices are cheaper than standard stores in 7-Eleven. So this is just moving into the home care section. There's some interesting stuff like cutlery and cookers, grills, which I'll look in the prices here. But this is kind of more home stuff: toiletries, toilet roll, kitchen roll, and they have a tent. They actually have some interesting products. So this is a large tent. 6 people tent, $75, and they have kind of a health sports section, which I'm not sure about the prices in terms of the value. I remember looking at the dumbbells, seemed expensive. They have lots of chairs here for kitchen, home office, and then the camping items there on the left. I didn't dwell too much on that, but you know the price of the tent. And here's the sports section I was talking about, where you have yoga mats. It's about $7, $6.90. Yeah, so roughly seven for a yoga mat. Not bad. I'm not sure if they're very thick, but yeah, it's not bad. Here are the dumbbells. So let's look at the price for the 10 kg. 10 kg is 33.90. That seems expensive to me. 33.90 for the 10 kg one piece. Okay. So there you go, that's the price. I think that's expensive compared to Europe. I remember picking up 10 kg for about 15 euros, which is about $17, $18. I'm not sure if it was locally produced or imported, but I'm sure you could make that very cheap locally. So that's one. So that seems like it's not so good value, but many things are, like everything else, the food section, the beverages, the home care, everything relatively good value here in Makro. Here's toilet roll, your Kleenex, tissues, 8.31 for six rolls essentially. Some of the cheaper brands here, Arrow, that's napkins. So if you're looking to set up here, you have a restaurant or you have large family, this is perfect place to shop. I think if you're a smaller family, couple or individual, this is good. This is good value, but you're not going to need such large volumes of some of these products, and that's where you get the value from the large discounts for the large volumes. You have some of the imported chips, crisps. It's a proper term, crisps. Tyrrells from the UK. Lay's beside it there. I do say crisps. To keep things simple, I often say chips. Just to avoid any... Yeah, just to keep things simple. Anyway, lots of noodles. Unsurprisingly. There's lots of families. Just this was about 7 p.m. in the afternoon, so people just doing a bit of a late night shop. The biscuits, McVitie's. So anyone craving their fix of biscuits, $3.10 for McVitie's. I think for milk, dark and normal digestives. Oh, $2.50 for the plain version. So some home comforts from the West. The Loker brand for the chocolate wafers. There you go, there's some prices. You get that everywhere, so it's not really a novelty, but you get some of the French, Swiss, British chocolates, biscuits, some of the local versions, which they're cheaper, but quality is not as good. Any candy lovers there on the right, you can see Haribo, and yeah, you've got Swiss Lindt is 3.81 for 100 grams. So that's always it's premium chocolate. It's expensive in any country. You have some Lindor as well. Your Kit Kats, 110 for a Kit Kat, and Kinder Bueno is 140. Not a big chocolate eater, trying to look after my diet, but there you go. One thing I didn't notice is what I do sometimes take is protein bars. I did not see any protein bars, so in terms of health, you've got a better selection in Angkor Market. Actually, they've got the Met RX brand, which is low sugar, high protein. So let's just focus on this now. The nuts, the pistachio nuts, 230. Pistachio nuts are generally expensive in Southeast Asia. And now you've got the little kind of various snacks from Thailand, 130 cheap. So you get those in every 7-Eleven in Thailand, and then just other Tong Garden is really popular in Thailand. So 400 grams, 391 for peanuts. Yeah, but like I was saying, some of the health food that you might expect is not there. So the low sugar, high protein bars, they could do with some more of those, but they're not here. Angkor Market has them, to be fair. So here is the noodles. So this is just noodles. This whole aisle, and I didn't deep dive into the pricing here. I think that the focus here in the video and the target audience is mostly for Westerners, either thinking about living here, and are cooking for themselves and interested in prices. So noodles are a dime a dozen, as the saying goes. So it's nothing really interesting, because you can get them everywhere. But some of the Western products, it's interesting to know how they compare to your home countries. Here on the left is coffee and tea. Again, I didn't dwell on this too much. They have large packets that you would see being very helpful, valuable for hotels or restaurants. So, but they do have some small Nescafe coffee that I did pick up on. So the gold blend about 860 for 200 grams. I personally am a big fan of just grinding my own coffee. I'm a bit of a coffee snob, so I don't drink Nescafe, but many people do, and that's the price. And just on that topic of coffee beans and grinding your own coffee beans, I didn't see too many premium coffee beans. If you're a coffee lover, a coffee fan, some of the coffee, the good coffee stores in Siem Reap have very high quality beans. I would recommend the Little Red Fox. You can buy they're essentially their coffee beans directly there. They're very good. Also, Brother Bong. I think it's called Brother Bong. They may use the same coffee beans, but you can buy them direct there. Very good quality. Anyway, this is some of the Maggi seasoning and soy sauces. Again, this stuff is not really okay. It's imported from Thailand, but it's fairly common around here. Your fish sauces. I think what's going to be interesting for anybody looking at this from the West is just some of the cooking price of the grills that's coming up next. I think in about a minute or so there'll be prices of dishes and cutlery, as well as I've looked at some of the smaller cookers. You have gas cookers up here. So if you have your own apartment and it's not fully furnished and you've just moved, or you're here for a short-term stay, some of these gas cookers might be interesting. They're very cheap, $16.90, and as you can see, Japanese high quality. There's some gas canisters there beside them, as you may have seen. Yeah, the gas cooker is really cheap. I'm not sure how much a can of gas costs you. Then you have the auto grills are a bit more expensive. This is, whiteboard. If anyone has any bright ideas, there you can get your whiteboard and brainstorm away. So this section I'm very impressed by some of the quality actually of some of the cutting boards, I must say. This was $3.90 for a high quality wooden cupboard. Some of these prices in other countries are very high, maybe 3 or 4 times the price. So these products are good quality and low cost for cutting your vegetables and meat. So €3 to €6 or dollars for the boards, not bad. And yeah, I have to say, Camchef this was a really pleasant surprise living in Cambodia. It's almost the same quality as Tafel and very low price. So $14.50 for that 30 centimeter induction pan. You have other pans you can see there. This is a smaller stone version, 1390. Diameter is, what's that diameter? Can't see. 26 centimeters diameter. These ones are high quality. I've used one or two. And yeah, I can definitely vouch for them. So I think that's interesting to know. If you're cooking for yourself, you can pick up some high quality, low cost items. Camchef, good brand. Some of the cutlery here as well. I think comparing this, I don't have the prices off the top of my head, but comparing it to Thailand, it's a bit cheaper. Then you have the spatulas, again Camchef, the wooden sticks. Very high quality and very low price. Very impressed with that brand. So recommend that, and some of the plates. Oh yeah, pit briquettes. So if you're doing home grilling, $8.90 for how many? 12 kilograms. I think that was 12 briquettes too. And you might have to go back to zoom in the prices for the plates. I think these ones $2.90 for the 9-inch. Excuse me, guys, still sick. 9-inch plate, $2.90, not bad. And this one's 9-inch. Okay, guys, admittedly that was very quick. I think this is coming to the end of my trip. I was going through this. $2.90 for 11-inch arrow plate. That's not bad at all. I mean, you're not looking, if you're looking for very high quality, also, you know, it's not, this is not to last your lifetime. This is just if you're here temporary, short term. Even like up to 12 months or something, it's not bad. $150 for that plate. And then you've got some home office goods, basic tables and chairs. So the whiteboard earlier, so it's more for corporate, more for office usage. You got the mosquito, anti-mosquito bats, rackets. These are rice cookers I was taught, the Toyama for $29. That's not bad for the rice cooker. They have a Toshiba SGP, I think it's Singaporean. It's decent quality. $48.91. Yeah, this Toshiba, I think I owned one of these. I used to live in the Middle East. I had this one. $35 is, yeah, that's a good price. When you look at others for double. So that's an offer. It was 37. Okay, it's only, it's about 35. Yeah, it's not it's a huge discount, but it's still a discount. And it's very good quality, that one. I promise I've no affiliation. I'm not getting paid. But if something is good, I've no problem to recommend it. No idea where the camera is just pointing up. I think there was something interesting on the right that I wanted to point at. Yeah, there was kind of some sort of sales promotion. Camera just decided to point to the sky. All right. Yeah, I think at one stage I may have corrected. This on the left side is the discounted store that I've already mentioned. So, yeah, I think at this stage, guys, I was super sick and just wanted to leave, go home. Yeah, so that's just leaving the store. Thanks for watching. There is a short continuation just to show you the trip home, but that section should be helpful for the prices. So thanks, guys. Thank you.
really looking forward to driving on this road. You see these massive trucks. Goes astray, your helmet's not really going to save you. And imagine this is the main road to Phnom Penh. You see, it's single lane winding through the countryside. So if you're interested in seeing that, I have a bus trip. I posted a video of what it looks like on the bus. It's very comfortable actually driving during the day on the bus to Phnom Penh. One way it's $15. Obviously return it's $30. So I think the average fare, lowest cost with Air Asia between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap, you might be lucky to get it 75, but yeah, average fare between 70, 75, turn 140, 150. But I think my problem with taking the plane, that price point is competitive. It's good value, but the new airport is absolutely miles outside the airport or outside the city. I've posted another video showing the old airport. It's crazy close, like 10 minutes from the center. The new airport is maybe an hour more away. So you gotta factor that in. If you take a taxi, that's another $30 at least one way. So you pay the fare of 140 if you get it cheapest, but all in it's at least $200. So I mean, so plus the time. So it takes an hour plus to get there. The flight is short, maybe 30 minutes, but you're talking 2 to 3 hours just idle time. Whereas, okay, the bus is 6 hours, but $30 versus $200 for saving 3 hours, it's debatable. But currently my preferred choice is the bus between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. And if these roads improve, I mean, you're talking about 3 hours, 3 hours on the bus, same as the plane, for a 90% reduction. So I think that's a no-brainer. So this country is amazing, and I think when the infrastructure, like I was alluding to there with European infrastructure, once they start upgrading the infrastructure here, It's going to be like a serious, it's a seriously strong economy in Southeast Asia. Already the internet is super fast. The standards are very high, much better than Europe. Also, Thailand is the same, very, very high quality internet. So it makes sense, you might think for digital nomads, if you're doing a lot of Zoom calls, you're meeting people online, it's just perfect. It's obviously a bit isolated, but like I'm kind of hinting at with the connectivity on the airports here. Siem Reap via Air Asia, they're opening up Kuala Lumpur, Singapore. Okay, I think Singapore is 2 stops, but via KL. Got a lot of hubs at your doorstep. You're a 1 hour flight from Bangkok. Also, like I just said, Kuala Lumpur. Hong Kong is it's obviously longer flight time, but the price for cheap. Well, one thing that's not cheap is going to Vietnam. It's cheaper to fly to Bangkok and even Kuala Lumpur. So I find Vietnam is a little bit inaccessible from Cambodia, but yeah, the rest of ASEAN very connected in terms of value, price. So yes, very impressive country to travel as a tourist and to live as an expat. Wow, some really nice grilled food there on the side. So some of the places do amazing grilled pork, we make grilled duck. You have to dig around, obviously, to find the ideal spots. So guys, you might have detected I'm super tired. Just spent some time doing all this, I would say, work, researching, benchmarking the prices, showing the channel to you guys, so that a lot of interesting Western foods. And now just showing you guys the way back to Siem Reap in the dark from Makro. If you look at some of my videos that I post from Siem Reap during the day, it looks at nighttime. You see how it lights up. Great time to catch up on messages. So apologies. Getting lots of messages. So like I said, meetings. I do a lot of meetings. Zoom calls, Teams. So I've never, sometimes actually my Wi-Fi has been, for various reasons, stalled. but not once has my 4G, my internet, high-speed mobile internet, let me down. So very reliable. So this is what one of the biggest roads here in Siem Reap looks like nighttime. Evening. You get the left, Sarloy, come to my. Lots of vendors on the left, just street food, everything. I can never pronounce it. Sarloy, I think that's correct, or semi-correct. It's amazing during the day. It's full of life. Now it's just the outside is just lined with street stalls. So yeah, lots happening here at Siem Reap. It's kind of got that feeling of Thailand, you know, the buzz and the. It's definitely going to grow. So pretty soon we'll just we'll come back to the center along the riverside. I don't really like driving at night on these big roads. I don't mind in the city, but these huge roads where there's people in a rush to get home, they're traveling back from Phnom Penh or other cities. They're probably on this road, and it's the buses, the trucks. So I think it's highest risk for accidents. Or if there is an accident, there's the highest risk of leading to severe injury. I mean, the chances of an accident in the city are high, but given the slower speed, the impact is probably going to be lower. Yes, guys, I know, not very entertaining. What can I say? It's time to be quiet, I think. Let the sound of the city speak for itself. Wow. So he's got Norwegian fjord trout packed in a frozen box on the back of his bike. I guess that tastes good. Probably going to one of the big hotels or fancy restaurants with the fresh fish or semi-fresh. Wow, remarkable journey indeed. From the fjords of Norway to the back streets of Siem Reap. Such a journey. If that fish could speak. Might have an interesting YouTube channel. Oh, it's certainly leaking. That's amazing. It's probably come in on one of the, well, who knows what cargo route it's taken. I guess via one of the hubs in the Middle East. Doha, Dubai. to Phnom Penh, and then to Siem Reap. Indeed, what a journey. I guess looking at my pricing of all the goods they have in Makro, 20 something dollars for 1 kilogram of the Norwegian salmon. I guess it's worth it for some demographics. There's certain cheese I have a penchant for purchasing. European cheeses. Not a huge fish fan. But I'm sure it's going to make it to one of the larger hotels, maybe Raffles, Tarkayat. So there you go, there's where your fresh trout came from. Alright guys, the battery's low, my energy's low, I'm sick. Another Khmer doing his thing. I think the slower those Khmer go, the faster my heart goes. It's like an inverse relationship. I don't know why. It just seems out of control in the middle of the road. I really can't wait till the self-driving cars are a thing. And bikes. Actually, I'm not sure about bikes. Definitely more safer to drive.